I want to thank my colleague from Virginia, Senator Casey, Senator Brown, Senator Manchin. They have been relentless in putting this issue of justice for the miners in front of the Finance Committee. Week after week, month after month, they have been saying, when is this going to get done? When is the Congress, and particularly the Senate, going to step up and meet the needs that these workers richly deserve to have addressed? I mean, we've had documented again and again. I heard Senator Casey talking about how difficult this work is, and we have had that put in front of the Senate Finance Committee, and yet there's been no action. Now, Senator Warner is right. My home state of Oregon does not mine coal. We do have a lot of communities with economies that over the years have been driven by natural resources. They've been up and down the boom and bust roller coaster. A lot of those communities are experiencing the very same kind of economic pain that you see in the mining towns that Senator Casey and our colleagues represent. And to me, you just don't turn your backs on workers and retirees in these struggling communities, in these struggling mining towns this afternoon, just because the times are tough. These workers have earned their pensions. They have earned their health care benefits. But the fact is, if the Congress does not act soon, all of this could be taken away. Now, there is a broader crisis in multi-employer pensions that I've talked about on this floor and in the Finance Committee. Part of this crisis goes back to a bad law that passed over my opposition in 2014. It gave a green light to slashing benefits for retirees in multi-employer pension plans. It said it was okay to go back on the deal companies made with their workers to take away benefits people had earned through years of hard work. So there are a lot of seniors out there now walking an economic tightrope every day, and this law threatens to make their lives even harder. Now you've got the mine workers' pensions, the pensions that Senator Casey and colleagues have been talking about, in such immediate danger. There is enormous financial pressure being put on the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation. That's because the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation is an economic backstop for millions of retirees. It insures the pensions belonging to mine workers and more than 40 million Americans. But the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation is in danger of insolvency if the Congress doesn't step up and find a solution for the troubles facing multi-employer pension plans. And fixing the mine workers' pension plan is a critical component of any solution for the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation insurance program. You don't come up with a solution there, and you're going to, in effect, put in place a prescription for trouble for generations of retired workers across the country. Now, Senator Manchin has worked strenuously for this cause, reaching across the aisle to Senator Capito. I mentioned my colleagues on the Finance Committee. There's now a bipartisan proposal ready to go to protect retired mine workers' health benefits and bolster their pension plan. It would stave off the threat of financial ruin for more than 100,000 workers and their families, and would help safeguard the Pension Guaranty Corporation and the millions of Americans who count on it to ensure their livelihoods. We have reached out, as my colleagues have said, on the Finance Committee. We understand if you want to do something important in the Senate, it's got to be bipartisan. So we've reached out to the majority to find a way to advance this proposal. The mine workers are not facing some imaginary policy deadline. Their livelihoods are on the line. Their health care is on the line. The economic security of whole communities is on the line. So it's time for the Congress to step up. I want to thank my colleagues again. Mr. President, I'd like to note that I have some additional remarks to make, and I am going to wait to give those remarks because I understand Senator Heitkamp and Senator Donnelly and Senator Coates are going to go beforehand, and I see our friend from North Dakota on her feet, and I yield the floor.
Mr. President.
The senator from North Dakota.
First off, let me add my voice to my colleagues who have come here to plead the case for mine workers and for equity for widows, equity for people who have worked their entire life with their hands and now have their future jeopardized by the lack of attention to this critical issue of their pensions.